So, hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. My name is John Lunn, aka Jonnychipz, and it is Friday, the 6th of May, 2022. It's time for episode number 71. Back to it. So yes, hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. Been a bit of a quiet week for me this week, mainly because it was an extended bank holiday weekend over here in the UK. Took an extra couple of days annual leave, so had things to do with the kids, sports and activities. Lots going on in the personal life at the moment in terms of with my kids and things going on. So literally, I've kind of had a pretty much a week off almost. I mean, I was back to work yesterday for the day, catching up on email and all that good stuff. And obviously it's Friday, so up early doing this video for you guys. Let me know if you like these videos. We're up to episode number 71 now. It's been going really well. Really enjoy putting these videos together, playing around with OBS and all the production value and things like this. And I know I've had some great feedback from everybody in the community, so thanks so much for all your positive and kind words that you've given me over the last, you know what, nearly 2 years now. This is coming up to not necessarily this show, but you know, being part of the community setup and things that are going on. Things are getting back to normal. You know, things are starting to get back to normal now, where, you know, face-to-face meetings and traveling to the office is becoming more of what we remember. How's it going for you? Let me know. You know, let me know if you're back to the office. Events, they seem to be springing up everywhere. I know a few colleagues or ex-colleagues and colleagues that are going to in-person events now. You know, what are you looking forward to? Let me know what you got coming up over the next couple of weeks or couple of months or so. Into the summer, I've got some really, really exciting things I'm getting involved with. I'm not going to say too much about them just yet, but of course we've got Microsoft Build coming up fairly soon in the next couple of weeks, so hopefully you've registered for that. But yeah, into the summer, there's quite a good couple of community events that I'm really looking forward to getting involved with on that, and of course more news as the days get closer to that. But look, anyway, for now, same format this week. Not too much news this week because I've literally had my feet up. So let's just get to it. What we got going on with community callouts. So, okay, first up, Global Azure has been going on the last couple of days, and it's still going on. Some fantastic sessions being put out there on behalf of the community for Global Azure. Go and check that out. Head on over to Twitter, Global Azure on Twitter. Go and follow them, and head on over to the website, which is globalazure.net, where you can kind of filter. You can see that there's a whole bunch of sessions going on today. Throughout the day, I've filtered here just by the English language. We've got over 200 sessions, but you can see there are sessions in various different languages across the globe, as the name would suggest. But go and get involved. Take a look. You know, there's some fantastic community speakers that you may already know, but there's a whole plethora of information there and content. So just wanted to give those guys a shout out. Thanks for setting that up and organising. It's fantastic efforts. I've watched a few sessions so far. Go and get involved and yeah, show the support for Global Azure. Thanks for that. Next up, Gregor Suti. I know he did this course a few weeks back now, the DP 900, the Azure Data Fundamentals. Gregor has released a LinkedIn Learning course, which I know was one of his first callings for LinkedIn Learning. Go and check that out if you are interested in the data side of things. That fundamentals exam, Greg has put the course together. He's just messaging here on Twitter saying he's reached 1,000 learners. Congrats, Gregor. I mean, you know, it's great to not just be able to put things out into the community that help one or two other people, but to get to the kind of levels where you've got, you know, 1,000 people looking at your content is a fantastic achievement. So look, if you are interested in data fundamentals, look no further. Go and check that out. And thanks for that, Gregor. On the same theme, Shabazz Dar has done some work with Cloud Academy for the AZ-140, the Azure Virtual Desktops examination. He's got a course going on Cloud Academy. So again, very similar theme to Gregor's. If you're interested, go and check that out. I mean, it's great to see all these fantastic community folk, actually putting, official courses together now, for various learning platforms for everybody to consume. So, yeah, huge congratulations, Shabazz. I know that's been out a little while as well, but go and check that out and go and take a look if you are interested in sitting that examination. Next up, Derek Campbell has retweeted a webinar that they put together at Octopus Deploy with my good old friend Pete Gallagher and Derek. They are on a webinar they've raised a webinar. They had 3 sessions on the 4th of May. It's there on Rewatch, if you like, around introducing the concepts of config as code with Octopus Deploy. So I'm going to go and check that out. I've been saying for a while now I need to get into Octopus Deploy and, obviously just see for my own ends exactly how it can be utilized. Fantastic products, fantastic people working at the company. Go and check that out, show some support, and give feedback. I know Derek and Pete will absolutely be open for any feedback that you got or ideas or thoughts. Go and check out that webinar. So, thanks for letting us know about that, Derek. And, I'll be over to play with Octopus Deploy products fairly soon with a bit of luck. And just a quick reminder, I mentioned it there in the intro, but Microsoft Build is coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Are you registered? Head on over to the Build website. Somehow I managed to get my ugly mug on the UK Spotlight page for Build. Really excited to be part of the event over here in the UK this year with Chris and April. Looking forward to seeing what's going to come up with that. But go and get yourself registered. Looking to be a fantastic event as always, and get involved. So there we go. There's the community callouts for this week. And I think we will jump straight on over and we will do some Welsh Azure news and updates. I mean, not a massive amount of news and updates this week, but let's go and do it all the same. Just a quick heads up, 18th of May is the next session on the Welsh Azure user group, where we've got Joe Hodkinson coming on to talk about Azure Migrate and how do we start off with migrating workloads into Azure. And then we've got Neil Hambley coming on to talk about the fundamentals of Azure security. So to be honest with you, it's going to be one of those sessions where, if you are looking to understand these concepts of how do we actually move workloads into Azure, how do we put security wraps around them? Look, you're going to pick up some fantastic knowledge in this in this month's group of sessions. So please do go on RSVP, head over to the meetup page, look for the Welsh Azure user group, find us on Twitter at Welsh Azure. Go on RSVP, sign up. There's a quiz, there's prizes. It's a bit of fun, bit of a community session as well. So come and join us. We'd love to have you there. I say this is going to be a whistle-stop tour this month, this week. I've been thinking about changing these to a monthly cadence now. Let me know what you think. I think, anyway, what am I talking about? Let's get on with it. Let's get on with what have I been up to on the side. So first off, big shout out to Gethin for being my guest on In Convo with last week. That was a fun chat all around data. Gethin is heavily involved in data and analytics and really gave some good advice, tips, hints, tips and tricks with working on the data side of Azure. Go and check that out if you have missed it. It's on the YouTube channel below in the playlist entitled In Conversation With. I think I'm over 70 people now I've chatted with. It's been a fantastic series to actually record and sit down with people and talk around. So go and check that out. Like I say, huge thanks to Gethin for being my guest. But it is Friday and we've got another episode launching tonight. And it's going to be an exciting episode tonight because we've got not one, but 2 guests. We've got the incredible Wyn Matheson coming to join us, and we've got Carol De Winter on as a pair of guests on In Conversation With. I think I've only ever done one other episode where there's been more than one guest, and that was back last year. Fun chat, we talk around Azure, getting started, all sorts of things. It's a great, both Wim and Carella are such, great people in the community themselves. They're doing some fantastic things. Spoken with the guys over the last couple of years on various bits and pieces. They're obviously, big part of community groups themselves and organising events. So come and join us tonight from 6:30 p.m. BST. That will be going out live then. Huge thanks to obviously Wim and Carol for being my guests on tonight's show. But yeah, go and check that out if that's of interest. Hopefully it is. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do that now if you can. Click that little bell notification so you'll get notified when that goes live. Yeah, just let us know what you think. I'm always after some feedback, so drop me some information or comments if you can. In other bits and pieces, the Schooled In series, the last episode I did was with Kevin Evans on the AKS Bicep Accelerator. So deploying that AKS cluster, or AKS instance, I should say, into Azure using Bicep templates effectively. Behind there's an accelerator program. If you jump in, watch that video, Kevin talks me through it. He schools me in it, in terms of what the accelerator actually gives us the ability to do, and how can we get started with it. So go and check that out. Got another Schooled In episode being launched for next Tuesday. More about that. Keep your eyes peeled. It'll be going out a little bit later today, but it's with Jack Tracy, and we're doing some fantastic stuff with Azure landing zones. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. That'll be out next Tuesday. In other news, I was on the incredible Kazim's podcast, talking about multi-cloud, talking about which cloud provider is the best, which cloud provider should you choose. Go and find out my views. Go and watch that. Head on over to Kazim's YouTube channel there. If you go to Twitter, it's Kazim Can Teach on Twitter, and yeah, go and check that out. It's there on YouTube for you all to see. And I love the thumbnail as well. I got to get some hints and tips from Kazim on those thumbnails. So anyway, that's what I've been up to on the side this week. Okie doke. So yes, motoring through. Obviously, there's lots going on in terms of community and whatnot. I think I've just been, just taking my time this week, just having a little bit of a relax. It's been such a busy couple of years. It's sometimes nice to put your feet up, which I very much did this week. So hence, the shortened version of this episode this week. So for now, let's go and do the Azure news and updates for this week. Let's get to it. Well, hello there, and welcome to the Azure News and Updates for this week. My name is John Lunn. I just told you that at the beginning of the video. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so quite a quiet week-ish in terms of news and updates this week for Azure, but let's just jump straight on into it. First up, we got public preview announcement of controlling the minimum TLS version that you can use with the Azure Service Bus. So that communication between the client app and the Azure Service Bus namespace uses TLS encryption, that transport layer security. It's a standard cryptographic protocol, and obviously it's ensuring privacy and data integrity between those clients and the server end over the internet. So Azure Service Bus supports now choosing specific TLS versions for the namespace. So it uses the latest version of TLS 1.2 on public endpoints by default. TLS 1 and 1.1 are still supported for backward compatibility. So basically, you can configure that on Azure Service Bus. That's in preview at the moment, if that is of interest to you. General availability, virtual network NAT health checks available via Resource Health. So VNet NAT, virtual network address translation, is a fully managed and highly resilient network address translation service. With VNAT, you can simplify your outbound connectivity for virtual networks without worrying about the risk of connectivity failures from port exhaustion or your internet routing configurations. So basically, support for Resource Health Check with virtual network NAT helps you monitor the health of your NAT gateway, as well as diagnose or troubleshoot outbound connectivity. So go and check that out. Cool to see. GA, generally available, enhancements to the Azure Web Application Firewall. Okay, cool. So WAF, Web Application Firewall, is that cloud-native self-managed security service that protects your applications and APIs running in Azure or anywhere else from network edge to the cloud. So there's two options offered. So either global WAF, integrated with things like Azure Front Door, and regional WAF, which is integrated with things like the Azure Application Gateway. So you can use that to deploy WAF to any of your applications or APIs, things like that. So A few weeks back, Microsoft announced the GA of Managed Default Rule Set version 2.0 with anomaly scoring, Bot Manager version 1.0 with security reports on global WAF. And Microsoft have now announced that they're excited to share the GA of additional features of regional WAF. So you can take advantage of the latest Azure WAF enhancements that offer you better security, improved scale, easy deployment, and better management of your applications and APIs. So let's have a look then. So there's the reduction in false positives with core rule set 3.2, integrated with the application gateway. The older core rule set version 2.2.9 is being phased out over the newer 3.2 version. Go and check that out. Go and see the differences there. So improved performance and scale with the next generation of the WAF engine, released with that core rule set version 3.2. There's increased size limits on regional WAF for body inspection up to 2 meg and file load of up to 4 gigabytes. Advanced customization with per rule exclusion and attribute by names support on regional WAF. Native consistent experience with WAF policy. So new deployments of Application Gateway v2. WAF SKU now natively utilizes WAF policies instead of configuration. And then there's the advanced analytics capabilities with the new Azure Monitor metrics for regional WAF. Cool to see some great enhancements there. Go and check that out. Go and implement that if you need to. Moving on. Public preview. Event Grid enables user authorization to create partner topics. So Azure Event Grid's partner events enables users to grant authorization to partners in order to create partner topics or partner destinations in their Azure subscription. You need to opt in to use the feature prior to July 2022. Event Grid will start requiring authorizations to create partner topics or partner destinations around the end of June 2022. At that point, any attempt from a partner to create a partner topic or partner destination will fail. This authorization model does not apply to custom topic domains or system topics. Next up, public preview, static web app support for preview environments in Azure DevOps in ADO. So with static web apps, you can configure Azure pipelines to deploy your application to preview environments. The ADO Azure DevOps task for Azure Static Web Apps intelligently detects and builds your app's front end and API and deploys the entire application to Azure. You can fully automate the test and delivery of software in multiple stages all the way through to production. So that's fantastic to see. Next up, a GA announcement. Object replication on premium blob storage and rule limit has been increased. So first off, object replication now supports premium block blobs to replicate data from blob containers in one storage account to another anywhere in Azure. The destination storage account can be a premium blob or a general purpose v2 storage account. And you can also specify up to 1,000 replication rules, which has been increased from what was originally 10 for each replication policy, both general purpose v2 and the premium blob storage accounts. Okay, so object replication unblocks a set of common replication scenarios for blobs. So minimize latency, have your users consume the data locally rather than issuing cross-region read requests, so they can access that data from a storage account in the same region as those users. Increased efficiency, so have your compute clusters process the same set of objects locally in different regions. Okay. Optimize data distribution, so have your data consolidated in a single location for processing and analytics, and then distribute only resulting dashboards to your offices worldwide. Optimize costs. After your data has been replicated, you can reduce costs by moving it to the archive tier using lifecycle management policies on those storage accounts. So there's some great updates there on premium blob storage. Cool. Azure Video Analyzer, the preview, is going to be retired on the 30th of November this year. So if you are using that, you might want to consider transitioning to Dynamics Connected Spaces or open source solutions. If you are using that Azure Video Analyzer, which has been in preview, it's been deprecated. Moving on, GA Azure Machine Learning announcements for March. There's a bunch of Azure Machine Learning announcements, which I'm not going to go into. public preview, Azure Machine Learning announcements. There's some public preview announcements as well. So how to train natural language processing models, search for machine learning assets across workspaces and create data labeling, project and export labels. Okay, and finally, another public preview announcement on machine learning again. So what's that? They got 2 sets for March and for April, but they've released March's announcement in May, as well as the April announcement in May. Okay, basically we're a whole bunch of public preview announcements for Azure Machine Learning. We've also got compartmentalize access to data with identity pass-through and configure email notifications from Azure Learning. Okay, so there we are. That will be our news and updates for this week. Thanks for tuning in. Okie dokie, so that's it. Jonnychipz Weekly for this week. Thanks for tuning in. Nice little short 20-minute episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do stick around and watch In Convo with Tonight. Look out for that Schooled In video being dropped a little bit later today. Let us know your comments and feedback, always, please. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help me. I'm on the grind, nearly there at 1,000 subscribers, wondering what magical world is going to be unlocked for me when I hit that 1,000 subs. Help me get there if you can. Help spread the word. It'd be really helpful, and I greatly appreciate it. But for now, I've been John Lunn, and thanks for tuning in. See you all very soon.